that Commissioner Eddie Janik doesn't work for anybody except you people who vote for him in this precinct, and he does an outstanding job doing that. I want to commend him for it and commend him to y'all. It's a real honor to have been part of the people who served here. I was only here for 2 weeks in the Navy when it was a discharge center in August of 1946, but I remember it very well, and it's a real honor to be rubbing their elbows and to have known a number of these people who were here for quite some time, like Gene Richards and Bill Reitmeyer and Tony McCaskill and Charlie D. Mack. I had no idea these folks had been stationed here and served for quite some time. We're very, very pleased as a former county official to have this property as county property. And it did not just come to the county by accident. When the property was disposed of after World War II, the University of Houston acquired all 1,600 acres. And in the middle 70s, we were looking for a site in this part of the county for a regional sizable park. And Commissioner Paul Hopkins and I realized that this property was not being used properly and adequately by the University of Houston. So we started a long, arduous process, almost as long as trying to get a historical marker, to acquire part of the property. And somehow we were able to convince University of Houston officials that they could not win a contest if we wanted to really challenge them on whether they were using the property adequately under the congressional mandate that they had. So they were willing to release a little over 600 acres of this property, but then we had to go through the process of every other federal agency had a right to claim it if they had some purpose they could do with it. Well, we managed to scare off the National Guard and the Army Reserves and some other parts of the military, and then state agencies had a chance to claim the property if they had a good use for it. Well, we had a little more influence in Austin than we had in Washington, but they passed it over, so we were in line for it, but still the government, the General Services Administration, were really dragging their feet. And that's when we finally brought Congressman Jack Brooks into the act, and he showed them how they could speed things up by telling them if they didn't, some bad things were going to happen to them. And he was pretty good at that. So anyway, we acquired this property, over 600 acres, for a regional county park in about 1976, I believe it was. I had not looked it up before I came here today. And it has a long way to go to be fully developed. But I know that Judge Yarbrough and Commissioner Janik and others will see that this property is developed into one of the finest regional parks in the entire Gulf Coast, and I'm very, very pleased that we now own this property as a county park. Let me just conclude by congratulating Dorothy Peterson for the wonderful job she did in preparing this marker application, and it's absolutely true that it takes nearly forever to get a historical marker because you have to prove everything you put in your application. And it's not as easy, it's almost as hard as proving it in court, Dean. And I also want to commend the former chairman of the Historical Commission, Ms. Mary Faye Barnes, who did a tremendous job for Galveston County for nearly 20 years, who's now retired as I am, but she got this marker process started for Camp Wallace, and I'm real proud of the work that she did. So congratulations to all of you who had a part in this, and thank you for inviting me to be president and be a part of this.
Judge Holbrook just did my work for me. The next person, that's okay. The next person, I'm always glad for somebody to do my work for me. The next person on the program is Mrs. Mary Faye Barnes. Mary Faye was the chairperson of the Galveston County Historical Commission for over 20 years, and I never allow anyone to say that I took her place. It took two people to take Mary Faye's place, and I think we're still maybe not quite up to speed in some areas. We appreciate all the work that she's done for Galveston County, and Galveston County is renowned across the state for its preservation of its history. Historical Commission got a little bit behind, like a far ways behind. And the foundry did also. So they're just now beginning to get up to speed and get back rolling as they have in years past. I want to give a special thanks to Dorothy Peterson, because if it wasn't for her and her husband David, we would not have this market today.
Oh, wow.
She did a lot of research. She had to go through a lot of deed records in the county courthouse, and most of this she did while she was still working. But what an intense person she is, and how committed she is to the preservation of the history of our county. Now there are still a lot of these foundry places here in Hitchcock, in this area, and on the Derby and all over the world. I want to say thank you to all of the Galveston County Historical Commission members who have served on their commission throughout the years, and I'd like for all of you to raise your hands, past and present, those who have been on the Galveston County Historical Commission, so you can answer the discussion. Give a special thank you to the Commissioner's Court, especially Judge Ray Holbrook, for supporting the Historical Commission as he did, for funding these markers that you see out here today. I'd like to give a thanks to engineer Mike Fitzgerald, because he got me going right on which direction this highway faces, which way the marker faces, and things like that. Help us very much in placing the marker. Also to the Galveston County Parks Department for their help. Basically, the reason why we chose this date so close to, actually we had planned on having this dedication a year ago, but as I think you know, the Arkansas laws were in the shuffling a lot of things. And we picked this date because it is closest to Armistice Day, or what I remember as Armistice as a young child. I grew up in a central Texas town, Lockhart. Every November the 11th, we were down in Decatur County. We were on the courthouse square paying tribute to our veterans.
That's my birthday. That's why you did that.
Thought that was a lot of work. I didn't realize what a great sacrifice the veterans of all of these wars who have given us their freedom, what they sacrificed, what they have given to us. My oldest brother was a rear Air Force. I just lost a couple of years. He served in World War II, the Korea conflict, and in Vietnam. Oftentimes when we were having our family reunions together, we would start complaining about this isn't good about America, that's not good about America, things like that. He would always agree with us, but he always came back and said, but remember this is still the best nation in the world for which to live. To you men and women who served in the armed forces, we all say thank you. There is always one person without whom a marker would not happen, and that's the person that never gives up, no matter what happens, whether it's too long, whether it takes them 8 months to make it at the foundry, or whatever. And this is the person that cares the most about this marker in the world, and will not let this marker stop in the process. And as the staff